From the capital of Tennessee and of country music for any of you fans out there, welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. Matthew Wright set to get this one started. And away we go from Nashville. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
They'll start the drive with A-Chan. They'll cobble together a yard there. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
52 blaster. Hunt.
Throwing from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Set. Blue striker. Set.
They're going play action. He rolls to his right. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not
what the fuck the Trey Lance is doing?
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Tajay Spears. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. He finds Tigakokwo for the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Spears gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. It's a Tajay Spears touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Titans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Right, ready to send this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
A-chain on the inside give. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
22 needle. Ready.
2nd down carry for A-chain. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Okay, right.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Right. Ready. Smash, red. Check, huh?
Lance. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 4th and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Titans will get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They run. It's the rookie from UCLA. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Dropping back to throw. Finds his man over the middle. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stops by Chop Robinson.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space.
Oh, he loses the football. And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans picked up the fumble and ran it home. That had to have been just about as far away as possible, Brock, from what that was drawn up to be. But the end result, partner, exactly as they planned. It's a touchdown.
In this case, Kate, it really was about the destination, not about the journey.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Right, ready to send this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Down. Field, black. Hut.
Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Get.
Working quickly here.
Wide open. Striker. 3-3.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Here we go.
Man in motion here.
Ready.
Here he is on third and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes it up to the 30 before going out. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, set.
Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
Ball red. Red, yellow. Set.
Here's 2nd and 7. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They send a man in motion.
Black shot. Set.
3rd and long for him here. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it. 1st and 10. A give to Spears, running right. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
The tackle made back at the 44-yard line.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And they make the tackle at the 38. The 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll run here on 1st down. Has a lane inside the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. We will not get enough. Ready to go with our second quarter. Titans with the ball and a chance to score. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go.
Now a give to Spears, coming left. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. He's going to throw this one. Buying some time right. And they take this in for the score. The Titans take a 20-zip lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Set, cut. Red, cycle. Cut.
Throwing off the play fake here. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill.
Jack right.
And that's
Jack
good
right.
yardage with a new set of downs.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Check smack.
Dolphins.
Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Right, kick. Green back. Ready.
Trying again following the sack. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Cut.
Back to throw, it's Lance. Hauled in by Waddle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Ready.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance,
Okay,
and
ready?
that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Blaster.
Ball at
Set.
the 33 for first down.
Set. Ready. Set.
Now it's Lance. Has him on the quick hitter. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
Go. Charge.
Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 15.
From the red zone now. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does. knocks it free, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Set. Strike two.
They kick the running back in motion.
Check, cut.
Here's Lance. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Cut.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. But that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Spears trying this straight ahead. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
This one finds Boyd. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Okonkwo brings it in. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who could take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
19, Tiger, 19.
Plowing up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Big alert! Big alert!
Another carry for him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go, set!
Back to throw. That's going to be caught. Tony Pollard. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
That's another Tennessee Titan.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And that's a Tennessee touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Extra point try is good by Wright. And the Titans grow their lead yet again. Wright ready to send this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive.
Here we go, set! Watch out now, 50 Fury!
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
Achane again on 2nd. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
It's pretty obvious this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Mega! Down! Blue striker! White! White! Hey, check Mega!
Here's Lance now. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go! Smash! Red! Ready, ready!
Lance. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing is Lance. Flush down now to his left. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Right up the gut. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Second pirate. Go!
Looking to the air here. Headed out right. That throw finds Pickens. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Pass play on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. And he'll head out of bounds at the opponent's 35. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Trying to find his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Firing one deep for the end zone. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's a throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Throw, 52. Black Ultra. Set.
Throwing now, off play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And now it's 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Mega. Claws red. Set, go.
Looking to throw, Lance. Completed over the middle. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go.
To the air, Lance. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Claw, 10. Black shot. Let's go now.
Throwing from the gun. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Roll, Stephanie,
Spears running behind center. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and just 2 to go. Handoff running right, Pollard. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Here we go, Shaq.
going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here.
Brings up second and 11 at the Dolphins' 25-yard.
Here's second and 11. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now looking to throw. Caught by Pollard. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Given 5 yards on 2nd and goal, they're going to be 5 yards out on 3rd.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Go, go, go. Check smash, check smash. Check go.
This is Spears heading left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop. That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Right, ready to send this one away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll start the drive with Achan. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Cycle. Drill 3. Ready.
2nd and 8. Short pass brought in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hustle. Strike.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Green jack. Hustle.
Play action on 1st down. He's going to push one deep down the right. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Set. Ready. Eagle blue. Set.
2nd and 10 now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Ready.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Fury, yellow. Set. Fly blue. Stick, mega. Strike, strike. Set, cut.
Now it's Lance. He's throwing deep to the left side. They connect on the deep shot. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins making the scoreboard look a touch better. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Got it.
Dolphins leaving the offense out there as they try for a 2-point conversion.
Here we go. Set. Right, right. Cut.
He's throwing for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
60 Eagle. Go.
Running it with Spears. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They're going to stay on the ground with Spears. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here's a toss headed right. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. Moving in the right direction. 5 yards there, but still got a 3rd and 9 coming up.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Jack Panther.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a gain of 7. Now they've got some options here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now the shotgun give to Spears. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
Throwing the out route complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Offense in the hurry up here.
Black ultra. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 7. And the Titans rush brings him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Offense up to the line fast.
Hey, go Fury. Squad red. Set.
3rd and long for him here. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Down.
Back to throw, it's Lance. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A handoff to Spears. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's able to get this down to the edge of the red zone. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They're throwing it. Intercepted in the end zone. Rio Chanel makes the play.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Working quickly here.
Red, yellow.
Here's Lance. Escapes his grab. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You know what they say about assuming? Well, it's the same way on a football field. You can never assume. If you stop assuming that first sacker's going to get to the quarterback, well, you could run yourself right into trouble. This defense didn't. They didn't take a break, and they finally get him to the ground.
Red, cycle. Drill green. Ready?
Here he is on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Ready.
Back now, pressure on its way. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Now a give to Spears. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Spears. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with first and goal.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Spears goes up and over for the touchdown. The Titans keep running away with this. It's a Tajay Spears touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. First and 10 from the 41.
Steal. Jack steal. Set hut. Green Jack.
Slot man in motion left.
Hut, hut.
Here's Lance now. He's on the move. Finds a man right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
560.
Got to hurry this to the line.
Set.
2nd and 1. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a give to Spears, coming left. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Let's go now.
A give to Spears, running right. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
A 4-yard loss.
Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. Here comes the Titans punting unit. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10.
Go now. Ready.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This is caught inside the 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game.
Blaster, 6. Set, ready. Ultra. Go ultra. Set, cut.
One final shot here. On the move, headed right. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying, they kept taking shots to the very end, but now we have reached that end. This one's over. So this winds up a win for the Titans. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football.